Victoria shows how much of a mother she is. And Kyle, you are one evil piece of trash. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And this is the Oval Season 1, Episode 10. The name of this episode is Going Black, and we got one more episode left before the mid-season finale. I must say, Tyler Perry has really done it up with this show because I am gagged literally every episode. So let's begin. The episode picks up where it left off, where Gayle has let herself out the car. She is literally stretched out on the street, literally in pain. Yuma and the other Secret Service are attending to her, and Victoria gives no fucks. She's like, get her ass up and put her in the car, and she's telling her, get your ass up. And she's like, this, and like Yuma is really showing compassion, and she's saying that, look, she's in pain. She may need medical assistance. And she was like, well, aren't you a medic? And she's like, yeah. She's like, well, pick her ass up and let's go. The last thing we need is this getting to the press. So Yuma calls Sam. She tells Sam to go to talk on the private line, and she lets Sam know what's going on. And she says, he asks how far are they away, and she says 10 minutes. So he said, okay, well, you guys pick her up and put her in the car, and we'll have a medic, at the White House once you guys return. So they pick her up, Gayle is in pain. They put her in the car, and Victoria is still being an evil bitch to Gayle. And, pretty much saying that, you stupid bitch, you will let yourself out the car and all of that. And then she's asking the driver, why are you going so slow? And Gayle was like, I hate you. And she's like, oh, really? You hate me after everything I've done for you? After you are a spoiled child with all the privileges in the world, and you're just so damn ungrateful. And Gayle says, you gave me everything but love. And Victoria's like, well, honey, we can't get everything we want. Driver, speed up. Hit every bump. I'm like, oh, you cold-hearted bitch. See, Victoria only had those kids as accessories to her political ambition. Hunter was the bag, and Jason and Gayle are nothing but accessories. She don't give a shit about them. And in that scene, it proved that she didn't give a fuck whether Gayle lived or died. But it's all about her image. Because even when she was, when they were on the street, when Gayle was stretched out, she was saying that, yeah, you need to hurry up and get her in. I have to wash my hair. I have a press conference tomorrow. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, Victoria? No wonder why Gayle is so screwed up, and no wonder why Jason is screwed up. Parents like you, damn, who the hell need enemies? Shit. So then we see later on that Sam calls Priscilla and say that, well, before that, Sam runs into Donald. He mentions again to Donald, we need to bring Richard back to the staff. But then he also tells Donald that we need to bring the senior staff in, because since this situation has landed upon us, it's good for the senior staff to be here to keep things running. And Donald agrees. Donald is just beside himself. He's tired. He just wants to go home. So he kind of leaves out, and then Sam calls Priscilla and say that, we need you guys. And then Priscilla calls Jean. So then we go, then we get a scene with Sharon and Barry. Sharon is literally, calming Barry down, telling him he needs to get some sleep. But Barry's saying, I gotta find my daughter. He's like, what's that girl doing downstairs? I need to go talk to her. She says, no, your mother's gonna talk to her, and then your dad's gonna talk to her. He's like, where is he? He's like, he'll be on his way soon. And She literally calms him down and said that, look, can you just rest for 5 minutes and everything will be okay. Then we get a scene with Nancy and the girl, from the Rakadushis, generic tampons. And they have they pretty much have a good conversation. And we really see that this girl from the Rakadushis really is not a bad person. She's a person that got lured into a cult and was fed a bunch of lies. And she thought that, bringing her daughter to them was going to be a good thing. And she realized that she literally gave her child to the devil. And she even apologized to Nancy that, I'm so sorry I took your granddaughter away from you. And, here it is. I thought, I thought that I was doing God's will. And then, like, you see, and Nancy is a God-fearing woman, and she's saying that Jesus has the power to change anything. He has the power. And then she tells her that, well, in the Rakadushis, they said that Jesus wasn't really the Son of God. He was just a man. And then, Nancy was like, well, of course he would tell you that because the man thinks of himself as God. So you literally were worshiping him. But then the girl pretty much tells Nancy that, something led me back here. Even after all I've done for you and all the kindness you've shown me, you're an angel. God sent me here for a reason. I know that you guys will protect me and all of that. And then this actually moves Nancy to tears. So then we see that finally Sharon got buried asleep. She sneaks away and goes talk to Nancy. And they go back and forth. And she tells her that, I finally got buried asleep. And Nancy's like, good, because he haven't slept not once in 2 days. Yeah, and that's probably the reason why he was going around getting on everybody's nerves. So I'm glad they gave Barry some rest this episode, because Lord knows he needed it. And they pretty much talk, and Sharon tells Nancy that he's gonna apologize to you tomorrow. And Nancy's like, well, he doesn't need to do that because it was my fault. He's like, but you're his mother, and still he was wrong. And we even saw that, when she was putting Barry to sleep, Barry was apologizing to her, saying, I love you and I know you care about me. I'm sorry that the way I've talked to you and all of that. So we're starting to see that Barry is finally breaking out of that mental craziness that he was on. And finally, Barry's getting some sleep. So we saw that go on, and and of course Sharon asks about the girl and everything, and that she's downstairs, and Sharon says she's gonna go look after her. So then we get a situation with Jason's crazy ass up in the White House. He's coming off somewhere. He's pretty much smoking and shit, and Max is at the door, guarding it because, of course, Hunter and Denise is up in there getting it on. And Denise is moaning so damn loud that even Jason hears it. And, because soon as Max saw Jason, he's like, Jason, what did your father tell you about smoking? And what are you doing down here? He's like, I'm exploring. He's like, you need to go upstairs. He's like, I would rather explore. I'm like, Jason, you keep on fucking with Max. Max gonna whoop your ass. You keep trying, Max, and Max looking like, I ought to whoop this little boy's ass. Because Jason is just trying his shit, just being real nasty with Max and shit, and going back and forth with him and everything. And then all of a sudden when he heard Denise moan, he's like, oh, I thought you said that dad was in the Oval. So is he in there? That's what you're doing? You're pretty much guarding the door while he has sex with one of his you-know-what? And Max is telling Jason, take your ass upstairs. He's like, hold on. He calls his mother and says, Mom, I was actually told that Dad was in the Oval, but clearly he's not here, and he's having sex with someone, and he's having a good time. And clearly, since he's having a good time, it's obviously he's not having sex with you. I was like, oh, Jason, you little shit. And of course, this makes Victoria hot. And then he tells him, Jason, go upstairs. Get out of here. And then he goes the opposite way. He says, I said go that way. And then Jason was like, well, since you got to guard the door and you can't leave your post, I'm going to go this way. I'm like, oh man, Jason is a piece of work. Then we see that Richard, we saw in the last episode, Richard literally ran into the protesters that are protesting the death of the guy Thomas Fields, who was a community figure who got shot because of Barry and his reckless ass when him and his father were fighting over the gun. He goes to the actual rally. The guy, Thomas's daughter Daphne is the one that's leading the fight, and you know she's saying that we want justice. And then the chief of police gets on the bullhorn and starts talking to the crowd, and they pretty much have surveillance of the car, and it looks like green or blue in nature. And we see that Richard is literally taking this in because he is starting to put it together that, you know, maybe this is the stray bullet that Barry has shot in the car. And then all of a sudden we see one of the demonstrators gives Richard a flyer, and he looks at it, and you can just see, like, yeah, Richard kind of looks like, oh shit. Yeah, so they may have like a serious problem on their hands because Barry wanted to be reckless, and then on top of that, that gun had a lot of heat. So that's going to get traced back to Picky and his whole operation. So it's just a big old mess. So then we see that Priscilla picks up Jean. They go back and forth in the car, and you know, Jean is just going in, and Priscilla's just like stopping her, like, no. She's like, but you be talking about him too. She's like, yeah, but I'm not trying to deal with all that negativity. You know, we got to go in, you know, we're on call. Let's just go in there and try to be positive. And we come to find out the current administration has only been in power for 2 days, and yet they have caused all of this hell and havoc on everybody that's affiliated with the White House. It's a damn shame. Yeah, sorry about that. So then we finally get back to the White House. The medics are on standby. They take Gayle, and then Victoria goes after Yuma, and she was saying that, oh, I saw how the way you were looking in the rearview mirror. You got something to say to me? And Yuma was like, no, ma'am. She's like, do you got any kids? And Yuma was like, no. She says, well, when you ever have children and you give them everything and yet they're so ungrateful, maybe then you will be in a position to judge me. And Yuma's like, I'm not judging you, ma'am. She's like, yeah, you are. I can smell it on you. I'm like, Victoria, you are such an evil bitch, because at the end of the day, you literally don't treat your daughter like she's a human being. And you don't got to have kids to have simple compassion for another human being. And you don't even have that for your daughter. So after, Victoria walks away, Sam talks to Yuma, and she was saying that, and Yuma kind of comes clean, and she's saying that she treated her daughter like roadkill. And Sam was like, look, we still got to be on our job. We still got to be on our P's and Q's. You just need to go and take a minute. And you could tell that Yuma was shaken up by that, because I'm like, this is a child. She's only 16 years old. She's at the most impressionable age, and you don't give a fuck about her. No wonder why she's chasing after Picky. She wants to be loved and wants to be accepted. Clearly something she's not even getting from her own mother and father. Crazy as hell. So then we see Denise and Hunter in the damn thing. Denise done gave him the box each and every way she could. He tells her to go and buy that stock, and then she's like, could you please call me first to see if I'm busy? And he was like, not a chance. I'm like, Denise, you stupid bitch. You have not figured out that you are a bedwench? Meaning you were at his beck and call. He bought you your store, and now he's telling you to invest your money in some stock that will make you rich. He's doing this shit so he can have nothing but complete access to you anytime he wants. You no longer have any power, boo-boo. Dumb. So Then we see that Victoria comes in. Jason is just sitting there like, did you find her? And she's like, go to bed, boy. She goes and she does the actual ghetto routine. She takes off them white red bottoms and puts on some sneakers, which meaning she's about to fuck somebody up. And then he was like, where are they? And he's like, I can show you. She says, boy, just point to it. And he says, Donald's office. So she goes down there and and then as soon as she goes down there, we see that Max is outside guarding the door and Hunter finally comes out. But Denise is still on the inside. So Denise hears everything. And he was like, and then all of a sudden Victoria's like, is she in there? And he's like, go to bed. And she's like, is she in there? And he was like, I'm not going to tell you again. Take your ass to bed. And if you don't go, I will see to it that Max will physically take your ass out of here. And she was like, Max ain't going to do shit to me. And then he was like, Max, get her ass the fuck out of here. I don't care if you got to pull her by her hair. Get her the hell out of here. And we hear that Denise hears all of this going down. And she says that, really, Max? You're going to do this? And then we see that Hunter's like, Max? And then all of a sudden, he tells Victoria, I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Max didn't move, and he was like, thanks a lot, Max. And then he charges at Victoria. They start fighting and shit. And Jason's just sitting there just watching it like this is just regular. Like, fuck this. This is just Tuesday. So he's used to seeing his mother and father fight each other. You know, which is why Jason is screwed up. Because he ain't getting no love from mommy and daddy either. So he's just sitting there just watching like it's nothing. They fighting and tussling. Secret Service sees this on the monitors in the control room. Immediately, Sam goes in and, by the time, Sam gets there, Hunter got control. He done punched damn Victoria and got her on the wall, choking the shit out of her. And he breaks it up and shit, knocks the president down to save Victoria. Then Hunter was like, don't you ever put your hands on me. Do you know who the fuck I am? And Sam was like, the president of the United States. Yeah. Who runs shit around here? And then Victoria's like, I do, bitch. I was like, oh shit. You better get it. And he's like, you need to handle her ass. And then the next thing you know, we see that while that's going on, Max goes in the room and tries to rush Denise up out of there or whatever. And as soon as she sees them, oh, that damn girl. Damn. See, Victoria was ready to put on them damn sneakers because she started to haul ass. Like, I was like, oh, shit. And, and pretty much, they block her from getting to her. And, pretty much Max, takes Denise, out of harm's way because she was ready to start fighting again. And then all of a sudden, we see that Hunter, confronts Victoria and was like, what is this all about, huh? You hate me and I hate you. What is this really about? It's about her image. She's all about being seen, but now everybody knows that her husband cheats on her. It makes her feel that small. Because even though she don't give a damn about him, clearly, she does give a damn about how other people perceive her, which is her Achilles heel. She's all about what people think of her. And then all of a sudden we see that, Sam has now got Denise, because I think what happened was that when like Victoria tried to get at Denise, Sam got Denise out the way, and pretty much it was Max who was blocking Victoria from getting to Denise. Well, we see that Sam is with Denise. Immediately, we see that Priscilla and Jean come in. Immediately, Priscilla is on game. She's like, And he was about to take her outside, and she was like, oh, no, come with me. And she was like, what the hell are you doing? She says, put this on. And she's like, I ain't putting that on. She's like, what size are you? Size 6? Okay, bitch. You need to put this on or your life will never be the same. So put it on. So she puts on a maid outfit and Jean was going to take her home. And we see that Jean kind of offered a distraction talking to one of the women that work in the White House. So they're not privy to what's going on. Then when they bring back, Denise is dressed in the maid outfit. They originally was going to have Jean take her home, but then Yuma said, no, I'll take care of her. I'll take her home or whatever. And we see that Priscilla and Sam have a conversation. She's like, Sam, you were really not thinking. The press pool shows up daily around this time. You was about to literally throw her to the wolves and it would have been a big damn scandal. You had to really think on your feet. And he's like, I know, baby, but my mind is all over the place. But we kind of see that they do have a really good kinship with each other. But I still think Priscilla hadn't had an affair with Richard when his wife was battling her heart condition. Just keep watching. I think that shit gonna get revealed soon. Because I think I'm so right on that. And then we see that Yuma is in the car with Denise taking her home. Denise, with her old slutty ass, starts flirting with her. And she's pretty much calling the first lady a bitch and all of that. And she's like, oh, so that's what y'all do? Y'all just cover things up. Y'all don't talk about nothing. You don't speak. And she was saying that, so what's your name? And she says, Agent Yuma. She's like, oh, so that's what your mama named you, Agent Yuma? She's like, well, actually, my mother named me Lindsay, but I go by my last name. And she's like, oh, you got a girlfriend? And Yuma was like, no, I have a husband. She's like, so you really don't have a girlfriend? She's like, no. She's like, And you say you got a husband. You don't look like the type. I was like, oh, Denise, you fucking whore. Hey, that's the thing about whores. Whores, they will go from one thing to the next, and that's how it is. So we saw that go on. Then we get the shit at the end of this episode. They already found Gayle, and Gayle's already at the White House. The guy who works the Secret Service tells Kyle, why are we here? They already got, the president's daughter. And he's like, they don't know that. He's like, let's go in. They literally jump out. Secret Service is in full throttle. All the dudes are in the hood, Picky and his boys. That damn Kyle goes up in there like Rambo, beating niggas up and shit. Got all of him and his boys in the lineup. They find her phone, and it's one of Picky's boys who got the phone, and he's like, how the hell did you get that? I'm like, yeah, because your boys tried to gang rape her ass. But little do they know. And Kyle starts questioning them, saying that, what was she doing here? What is your affiliation with her and all that? He's like, she's my girl. She's like, oh, she's your girl? Really? And here it is. Your boy had her phone. So what? Y'all was using her, gang raping her and all of that? Is that what's going on? And he's like, you know what? We're going to finish this interrogation inside. They go into Picky's apartment. And they were saying that, so was she here? Was she here? And he's like, oh, okay. Don't nobody want to answer? Okay. Pow! Kills one of them. And he's like, yo, what the hell? He's like, no. Then he kills the other one, because it was 4 of them. And then the third guy, he literally just blows his head off. And I'm like, Cal, you evil, maniacal, racist motherfucker. You just saw them as little black boys that you can fucking, get your rocks off by killing. Because Cal's a crazy bastard. And he's evil. And then he pretty much, Picky's like, okay. She was here. And all of a sudden Cal was like, it's too late. And then points the gun at Picky, and then you hear the damn gun go off. And I'm like, he done killed Picky. So that's going to be some shit. And definitely that's going to affect, Barry and his family. And it's definitely going to cause more problems for Gayle. So I'm like, wow, Kyle, you maniacal piece of shit. I can't wait till they fuck Kyle up, because Kyle is evil. Kyle is a very controlling, manipulative little queen, and somebody need to knock that little bitch off her throne. So that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But until next time, everybody, take care.